There is unfortunately a growing trend that I am noticing among fans and fandoms, and it's not something new. It's something that's been around for a while, but over the past few years, hell, over the past few months, it's something I've noticed getting worse, and I'm talking about the divisiveness between fans and within fandoms. Now, I'm not talking specifically about having a different opinion than another fan. I'm not talking about being a Star Wars fan versus a Star Trek fan, which I've never understood why that was such a divisive thing, because they're both so different from each other. Like, Star Wars is very much science fantasy action, which I just happen to prefer, whereas Star Trek is more space exploration, science-based, which the only real similarities between the two, between Star Wars and Star Trek that I've seen, are that they're both in space and they both have star in the name. So I never understood why that was such a dividing thing. But I'm not talking about just a difference of opinion of preferring Star Wars over Star Trek or vice versa. I'm not talking about just a difference of opinion within fandoms where having a different opinion than another fan can be a great thing, where that offers chances to have discussions and have debates about what you like versus what someone else likes, even though you like the same thing. It offers Doctor Who fans to sit here and discuss what they love about their favorite Doctor versus what someone else loves about their favorite Doctor. Not only does it offer discussion, it offers a chance for people to learn something about something they love that they didn't know before. They could learn something from someone who just loves the Third Doctor. Third Doctor is just their 100% absolute favorite Doctor, and the other favorite Doctor that someone has is the Ninth Doctor, and they're talking about it, and they could learn something about the Third Doctor. It's like, oh, I didn't know that. That sounds really cool. I'm gonna go check that out. Differing opinion offers a chance to engage with other fans about something that you love, that you both love, just that you love differently, and you can learn from each other. It offers that's part of what is so awesome about being a fan, and what's so awesome about fandoms is being able to have those kinds of discussions of differing opinions with other fans who love the same thing that you do. They just love it differently. That's what makes fandoms so awesome. So I'm not just talking about having a different opinion of Star Wars or Star Trek or the First Doctor versus the 12th Doctor, or even the console war, the console wars of preferring the Xbox over the PlayStation or the PC or vice versa. I'm not talking about just a difference of opinion. The growing trend that I am seeing is that behind those differences of opinion is just so much hate and vitriol that comes with it, that when you talk to someone who has a difference of opinion, who, if I like Xbox and someone else likes the PlayStation, then not only do we just have a difference of opinion, but we're going to try to put down that other person as much as we possibly can, based on what they've said and based on whatever information we can find on their social media profile. We use whatever it is we can find to put that other person down, that because they have a difference of opinion, that makes them a lesser fan than you are, or they're not a true fan. It's people putting other fans down because they have a difference of opinion. And of course, in 2018, the world is rife with hatred and vitriol and divisiveness of people thinking differently. But the issue, the difference between that is that in real world current events, it's not so much a difference of opinion, it's the difference between right and wrong. Not right and left, right and wrong. But those are real world events that impact people's lives. We're talking about fans and fandoms, things that we are supposed to enjoy, things that are supposed to be escapes for us, so that whenever we're tired of the bullshit in the real world, we can escape into a TV show or a video game or a comic convention or a Comic-Con, to escape that to something that not only something that we enjoy, but to go to these things and meet other fans who love them just as much as we do, just they may love them differently. Because that's what I'm talking about here. I'm talking about the effect that kind of difference and divisiveness is affecting fandoms which are supposed to be fun. I'm talking about people who just put down other people, and not even just fans, but artists. When so many times, just in the past year, so many times, fans who didn't like how something was in a movie or a TV show or a book have taken to social media and aggressively harassed artists and celebrities and writers because they didn't like something they did, but harassed them to the point that they were basically not exiled, but they chose to step away from social media, which, yeah, you might want to think, oh, big deal, they're not on Facebook anymore, whatever. The problem is social media, while whatever your opinions of social media is, what social media is for, what it's meant to be, is for people to connect with other people, for fans who love something to connect with other fans and engage with other fans and talk with other fans, but not only other fans, but the artists and the creators of the things that they're fans of. It gives us a chance to talk to the actors and directors of Star Wars or of Doctor Who or of Sherlock or of any other fandom out there. It gives us, fans, the chance to connect with the creators of that, and it's a big deal. I've been retweeted by Nathan Fillion once, and it's one of the highlights of my life. I made a tweet about Destiny 2, and Nathan Fillion retweeted me, and I'm still living off that high. It was amazing, because I love Nathan Fillion that much, and the fact that he retweeted me over the millions of tweets that he sees every day that people tag him in, he retweeted my tweet, and it was awesome. So it offers fans and creators that chance to really connect in a way that they weren't able to do before. I mean, yeah, there were fan letters and fan mail, and, yeah, you got to see them at conventions before there was the internet or social media, but now we don't have to just go to a convention, or we don't have to send snail mail to them to say how much we love them and to find out the things that they're working on and things that they think and they're doing. We get to see it all the time in social media. So when fans basically push those artists off of social media, not only are they interrupting that artist's connection to their fans, but it's distancing fans further from their favorite artists. It's not allowing them to keep connecting with their favorite artists. And that's what it is when these creators are ousted off of social media by fans. Like, there's no excuse for that kind of behavior. It's ruin, and I'm not saying that it's going to ruin fandoms and fans. I'm not saying that it's something that if we don't put a pin in it, something bad's going to happen. Something bad's already been happening. This has already been affecting fandoms over the past 2 years, especially over the past year, 6 months. I've seen it more and more growing to the point that it is ruining the experience of being a fan and being a part of a fandom. It is making me, personally, not want to make these videos anymore. The biggest reason I started doing these videos and started creating online content was because I love this stuff so much. One of my favorite things to do is to talk about this stuff with other people, to have a discussion about these things in comments, in videos, whatever, to talk about these things with other fans. But over the past few months, it has become less and less of a fun and rewarding experience for me because there is just so much hate and vitriol that comes with it that it's making me not want to make these videos anymore. It's making me not want to write another article or post another thing on social media because people are just being assholes. And that has to stop. I'm not saying that, we need to find a middle ground between the assholes and the fans and try to find a way to live together. No, that has to stop. There is no excuse for that behavior. There is no excuse to sit there talking with as far as you think, a fellow fan, for that fellow fan to then put you down because you like the Eighth Doctor more than you like the First Doctor. There's no excuse to put someone down because they like the Xbox more than they like the PlayStation. There is no excuse for that. And I know I've done it too. I've done it too in the past, and I was wrong. I was wrong to do it, and I've done my best to not be that person anymore and to not do that because there was no excuse for that kind of behavior. And I'm not talking about joking around with people where it is very clear that y'all are giving each other shit in good nature fun. I'm not saying you can't have competition, you can't have, funny jokes with each other. What I'm saying is there's no reason for people to go out of their way and put so much effort into putting someone else down. That's basically being a bully. That sounds like a really immature and elementary way to say it, but that's just being a bully. And that behavior is unacceptable. It is unacceptable for children to bully other children, but it is more unacceptable for adult fans to bully other adult fans. It is unacceptable, and that behavior is already affecting the experience of being a fan. That if it continues to get worse, we're not going to have fandoms anymore. We're not going to have fan-dedicated social media accounts that share something they're a fan of that you get to go see and also share in that fandom. We're not going to have artists and celebrities and creators on the internet anymore sharing what they're creating, because why do something that you're only getting hate for? We're not going to have conventions anymore because fans aren't going to want to go to them anymore. Fans are not going to want to go to Comic-Con if all that it's going to be is more and more fans putting them down because of their cosplay or because of what they like about a fandom. We're not going to have Comic-Con because celebrities and artists and creators are going to stop going to them if all they're going to receive there is hate. Fandoms, these things that we love, from World of Warcraft to video games to TV shows to movies, whatever it is, whatever the fandom surrounds, are meant to be a place for us to go to escape the problems that we have in our real life, to distract ourselves with something fun, something that we love, something that we enjoy. But over the past few years, that kind of hatred has infected these fandoms to the point that people aren't going to want to be a part of them anymore. But I can't speak for everyone, but I'll say it makes me not want to be a part of them anymore. It makes me not want to do YouTube videos anymore. It makes me not want to do articles and reviews anymore. It makes me not want to be on social media anymore. Because whatever joy I take from talking with actual fans and having discussion and joking around about the things that we love is being overshadowed by people who apparently have a quota to meet every day of how many times a day they get to be a piece of shit. And that behavior is unacceptable, and it has to stop. Because if it gets any worse, we're not going to have these things anymore. Because the reward of these things being created and shared and loved is going to be overshadowed by the hatred that you receive because you like the Xbox more than the PlayStation. That behavior is unacceptable, and it needs to stop. And I know it's not going to stop by me just making this one video. It's going to stop by people learning and understanding the damage that they are doing to people. Not just to fandoms, not just to a TV show that you love, but to people. The people who love that thing, who love that fandom, who are a part of that fandom, and the people who create that fandom. Because more and more, their creations and people's loves of these things are being attacked. Because they might like the new trilogy of Star Wars more than the original trilogy of Star Wars. Big deal. You want to have a discussion about that? Let's have a discussion. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about why we like something or why we dislike something within the same fandom that we are a part of and that we love. We just love differently. That behavior needs to stop. Period.